Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Marilyn Darling Show. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of housework. And by a little bit of housework, it means we're going to be doing a little bit of housework. It means we're going to be doing a little bit of calligraphy housework because I got to break out the book. I got to break out the book to see where I am with ink. A month is coming up. On my way. At least away. I'm gonna do a roundup. So, break over the box of inks. I'm going to take a look through and see which inks that I have or which inks that I've gotten rid of. Because I wrote them all down, and then I dropped the box, and I had to put all the colors back to where I think that they went. So, Monteverde Topaz. I still have a whole 2 vials of Apache Sunset from pen friend Sharon Bennett. Thank you so much. I still have some ink that I made from mixing red and yellow together. This is food color. This is Helianthus. Helianthus and food color, very similar. Would not surprise me if they were the same thing. Nude. This is actually a very pretty, tan color. And then I don't have any more yellows. And green, I have a little bit of soft mint left, about 2 milliliters. I've got less than a milliliter of calligraphy pattern. Oh, it's one of my favorites. It's a really good dry green, which is my favorite type of pen because it dries real fast. And then I have a little bit of Diamine Golden Ivy left. And I've got about 3 mils of Diamine Golden Ivy left. I have about 2 milliliters left of Blackstone Daintree Green. I have about 3 milliliters of Salamander, Diamine Salamander. I have about 3 or 4 milliliters of Able. I have 2 milliliters of Diamine Teal. I have almost a whole 5 milliliters of Saltaire. And Bloody Brexit. And Vert de Gris. I have 4 milliliters of Blue Nose Bear. Oops. I have 2 milliliters of Midnight Blue, Noodler's Midnight Blue. I have about 4 milliliters of Fountain Pen Revolution Black Blue. I almost said blue black, but it's actually black blue. It's very strange. I have 4 milliliters of Diamine Florida Blue. And I have just under a milliliter of Diamine Marine. That'll probably get used for art. I have just under a milliliter of Robert Oster Fire and Ice. Oh, man, that was pretty ink. So pretty. I have about 3.5 milliliters of Emerald of Chivor. I have about 3 milliliters of Twisby Sky Blue, which is one of my favorite blues. It's very dry, like the Calligraphy Passion. I have about 1.5 milliliters of Diatramentus Steel Blue, another one of my favorite blues. And I have about 2 milliliters of Aurora Blue, about 2 milliliters of Arbor Blue Province, 2 mils of Diatramentus Black Blue. Wait a minute. Have I already done this before? Steel Blue, Twisby Blue, Chivor, Fire and Ice, Blue Province, Black, Diatramentus Black Blue, Stolen Roses, I feel like I'm hallucinating. You know when you've read something and you're like, wait, I just read that twice. Alright, well, I guess I did. Anyway, purple. Andy Warhol, I have about 4 milliliters of it. No, about 3 milliliters of Andy Warhol pop art purple. That's a good pop art purple. About the heck are the lines? About 2.25 milliliters of Noodlers, Black Swan, and Australian Roses. That's a really nice one too. About 3 milliliters of Tatcha Murasaki Purple. About 5 milliliters of Noodler's Brexit. About 2 milliliters of Diamine Imperial Purple. It's another one of my favorite. Robert Oster Black Violet. Waterman Tender Purple. That's another one of my favorite. I have no idea what's in here. There's no label. The label gets stuck on the inside of the thing. No, I have no idea what this is. If you know what this is, please leave a comment section below. Thank you. No idea what that is. I'll have to go back and look at the videos. Now we're getting into the browns. I have 2 milliliters of Diamine Terracotta, about 2 milliliters of Arbor Coco de Brazil, about 4.5 milliliters of Diamine Ochre, about 4 milliliters of Monteverdi Brown Sugar, about 2 milliliters of Colorverse Hubble Zoom, about 1.75 of a milliliter of Kyoiro Moon of Higashiyama. Hello, I forgot you guys. I couldn't see you for a moment. Hi, Adam. Hi, April. How are you? Are you having a nice day? Yes, that was the last one that I did. I haven't gotten there yet. Wait, this was Majestic Purple? You sent this one. I know, but there's no label on it. See, I'm not blind. Put my glasses on. I know. I almost chopped my tail. That would have been educational. But I remember you sent me this. Was it this one with the little red cap on it, April? You didn't put a label on it. I'm afraid it would fall off. Okay, good. Okay, so I should probably put a label on it. Actually, I'll just do it in the book. I don't know how I want to do this. Why do you make me think? I had to break out the stickers. Diamine, what's it called? Diamine something. Hi, Amanda. Diamine Majestic Purple. Okay. Well, I probably shouldn't do that with that ink. I'll put it in purple. Diamine. Diamine Majestic Purple. Take this sticker. See, I found that if you're gonna put a sticker on something and you know it's gonna fall off of it, then you take a tape. You take and you just cut as much as you need, no more, no less. Goes back on there. This goes on where the label is, not where the little milliliter markers are. Just saying, because it's one of my worst pet peeves. And then you put the little tape around the backside just so it overlaps the paper part. And then bada boom, label. You're welcome. Now I can go back to what I was doing. What was I doing? I was doing a thing. Oh, I was trying to figure out what milliliters I have of each sample. Right. Okay. Where did I get to? Hubble zoom. Higashiyama. Okay, this is Noodler's Beaver. Noodler's Beaver has about 5 labels. About 2 3/4 of a milliliter of Noodler's Beaver. And I have a little bit of Jinhao black. Now we're getting into the blacks. Monteverde Jade Noir. This is a green black. Oops. There's only about 1 milliliter of that. 1 milliliter of Robert Oster Thunderstorm. About 2 milliliters of Noodler's Borealis Black. About 1.5 milliliters of Diatramentus Fog Gray. Oh, there's less than a milliliter of Kyono Oto Fizoku. That'll probably go towards art. About 3.5 milliliters of Noodler's polar black, about 5 milliliters of Starry Night, which I'm going to send to Creepy Dibs. So, how about it, Amanda? Your favorite color's brown, isn't it? Did you hear all the browns? I'm not really a fan of brown, I gotta tell you. I'm more of a rainbow type person. I don't know, I keep looking at my phone. I know that I can't see it on the phone. This is why I didn't put it I'm picking about I'm supposed to go. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay, Amanda, did you hear all the browns? Do you want brown? You got brown. Oh, I'll go over them again. Diamine terracotta, Coco de Brazil, Diamine ochre, Monteverde brown sugar, Colorverse Hubble Zoom, Kyoiro Moonlight of Gashiyama, and Noodler's Beaver. So if you want any of those, let me know. Also, if any of y'all want any of these, let me know, because I'm not stingy. Except for Imperial Purple and Majestic Purple and Twisby Sky Blue. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I also have tiny bottles that Chris gave me. This little tiny bottle of KWZ Red Number 1. That's good ink. This is Colorverse Gravity Wave. The little bottles are just super cute. They look like giant teardrops. I'll just get my glasses, so I hope I didn't scratch it. Lamy Vibrant Pink, although the vibrancy of this pink is, I don't know. I mean, there's no real shimmer in it. It's like that clear shimmer that gives things texture. I don't know what they call it, but it's definitely not a real shimmer. So I have to deal with my nail really quick because it's driving me crazy. Can you all see me? Did I die? I don't know. Okay, so, and then I'm not going to tell you what I have in here because this is how many weeks of ink we have to go yet. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 11 weeks at least worth of ink. Oh, you can see me. Okay, good. We have 11 weeks worth of ink. Where will that put us? This is 18, so 20, 28, 29. 29 will be the middle of July. So if you guys want to send me ink, I can do reviews of it after. I'll be probably having to buy some after July, or in the middle of July. I still have a lot to go though, and I'm going to be doing 30 inks 30 days. So if you want to see an ink reviewed, on by September, let me know that in comment section below. Thank you. Come here. It says it's 83 in here. So it's slightly toasty. I did yesterday. I was watching we had a Zoom party, and I wrote down all of my pens, and it comes to my attention that I really don't have that many pens. So, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I should put whether they are rollerball. Let's see. Pilot friction is a rollerball. 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 Um, hi, Creepy Nibs. How are ya? You having a nice day? What's going on? I just went over all of my inks, so you might have to go back and watch the video. But if you want any of those inks, you let me know in comment section below. I will do my best to make it happen. It's one, I'm trying to get rid of my browns. Every time my chair makes that horrible smacking sound, it scares me. It's like a car crash. Anyway, so trying to get rid of these browns. J.R. Brown Coco de Brazil, Diamine Terracotta, Diamine Ochre, Monteverde Brown Sugar, Colorverse Humble Zoom, Kyo Iro Moonlight of Higashiyama, and Noodler's Beaver. Not a fan of browns. Also, I have blacks that I'm probably never going to use. Barely even enough in there. Noodler's Borealis Black is a good one. Detrimentus Fog Gray. Kuno Oto Hazoku. Noodler's Polar Black. And you're going to get this one here, this Starry Night by me, which is just basically Parker Black with silver luster dust. I mean, you could make your own if you wanted, but it is such a cheap ink. It's like $15 for an 80 ml bottle. Whatever this is. Whatever this is. 57 mil. 57 mils. For like, I don't know dollars. I don't know dollars. Yeah, it's really pretty. Also, ow, fucking leg. I have this little tiny bottle with the black shimmery ink. I don't know if it's fountain pen friendly though, but I did get it with my pretty plastic pen from wish.com for like $20. Less than $20. It's probably closer to $10. Anyway, I have swatches of all of this stuff on my channel. You can go back and watch it if you wish. But I was just saying that I have 11 weeks worth of ink to do. So that's really exciting. Now I have kind of an idea of what I can use for art and what I won't be able to use for art. So that's exciting. Whew. My hair is too long. I need a trim. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, so I'm glad that you're all here. I want to show you guys this pen that I got. It's called the Ackerman Push Pump Pen. This pen is amazing. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna flip you guys over so you can see what's going on. This is the Ackerman Pump Pen, and it is amazing. I'm gonna show you how to fill it. Then I'm gonna show you how it writes. I'm gonna let you guys pick the color that goes next in this pen because it's gonna be fantastic. Okay, so the finial and the cap are all one piece with a machined out piece for the clip. Clip is good. And it takes a lot of unscrews. Watch this. Okay, watch. 1, 2, 3, 4 and a half. Unbelievable. At any rate, 4.5 turny turns. There is no liner in the cap because you can see right through it. So you can see right through it, which is, I know, right? And it comes with this little gelatinous pumping device, which kind of, we'll get to that. At any rate, you need 1 second. Okay, so I have one of these little patty devices, and I just pull the nib out. The nib doesn't even need, pulling on. The nib comes out real easy, but the feed needs a little encouragement. This feed is so weird. It doesn't have any fins. It doesn't have any fins, and it's just, and it sits with this, the ability, it's like a rail for the nib to slide on. It's made specifically for whatever nib you choose to put on it when you buy the pen. There's a Zebra G pump pen. There's a couple of other ones. Let me see. There's a brush pump pen. There's a Galette pump pen, a Hunt 56 pump pen, a Hunt 101 pump pen, Browse Rose pump pen, sketch nib pump pen. So there's a whole bunch of different pump pens, whole bunch of different nibs, and I am making a guess that they all have the same type of gelatinous material to push air into the converter to create suction when you let go. And this is just a hollow tube. This comes with a cartridge, proprietary cartridge, slides out real easy like. Oh, there's a little bit of ink in there. It's fine. But this is just one giant tube. Oh dear, how am I? Okay. Let's see. This is just one giant tube. So it is. Oh, you can't frickin' see. I'm a brilliant scientist. I swear to God, I am sometimes. Anyway, it's one giant tube. You can't see whatever. It's fine. But it's one giant tube with like a gelatinous thing in it, and it has what looks like two metal bits holding the rubber bit to the outside, and I think it's glued in. So, but this whole thing is, this one thing is one machined part, which is great. And so we're gonna fill this pen. I don't think it's ebonite. Let me double check. It's not rubbery. Then again, the only other ebonite thing that I've ever felt was the Noodler's Flex Nib feed, which I threw in the trash because it made me angry. No, I don't think it's made of ebonite. I think it's made of plastic. Yeah, it's made of plastic. Some sort of machined plastic. You can tell because you can see the little tiny twists. It's not polished, that's for sure. I mean, it doesn't need to be fancy for it to be like useful. That's the main thing to take away from this, is that it is super useful. Okay. Pick a color. I have green, Monteverde Yosemite green, Diamine olivine, Pink Valentine red, deep magenta, Caribbean blue, Kainadu Nepal, mermaid tail, or blue ghosts. Which, of course, we won't be able to see blue ghosts because it's a nightmare to film, but I'm gonna have to get some more assortments of color of bottles. Deep magenta. Deep magenta. Let's see. Deep magenta or Valentine red, you pick. Blue ghost. Yes. Oh man, I don't even know how I would film that. I shudder to think. I have a whole video on the Noodler's blue ghost that I did. And I did last year about this time. Okay, so it's gonna be, we'll do Diamine deep magenta. How's that? Cool. Everything has to be difficult. Preparing the surface so I can show you guys how easy this is to fill. I mean, it's not the easiest pen, okay? So you need a syringe that has about 5 milliliters in it. And if you push it all the way, you need a bottle of ink. I wouldn't advise doing this with a sample because there's not enough, juice and it'll just leak out. So I pull up roughly about 5 milliliters of ink. Okay, 5 milliliters. And then I depress into the cartridge all the way as far as it'll go because there's a little rubber gasket that gets pushed down on top of it. Okay, little tiny rubber gasket right there that holds the gelatinous piece in place. So push that on there like that. Make sure it's good and tight. Then you can take this and fill it up so you can kind of see it coming out the top there. See, it's coming out the top. Okay. And there's a little tiny lip on the inside. You can pull the nib, the ink out all the way up to the ledge. See, I'm not holding it. There's like a ledge there on the inside where the feed meets the body, the section. There you can see the little ridge around here. That's on the inside about there. So what I do is I put the nib, the feed just kind of, and like you'll have to trial and error it, but then I would get a paper towel or something that's absorbent because it's gonna squirt. Hold it up. Okay, hold it up. Then push it in, and it did squirt. See a little bit, just a little bit. Okay, and then you can take your nib, put it on top of the feed, and slide it in. Bada boom. Okay. Then gotta put it upside down and pump the little gelatinous thing over your bottle, and like you'll kind of see a little bead. See the little bead? The little bead. And that's how you know that the feed is saturated. Then you just April, are you still here? Oh my gosh, did you see the thing? Oh, I think I showed you the thing. I can't remember. Yesterday, I went to the store and I saw this monster, and it had this beautiful dragon on it, and it's textured. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. I wanted to show you that. Isn't that neat? Like the coolest thing. I wish I could just like cut the can in half and like splay it out. It's such a cool little like thing. So I think I done drank it. It's not that tasty. I wouldn't advise having one if you're. But I did add some special juice to it. So yeah. Okay. Things to write in calligraphy. What do you think? This is copy paper. It's garbage. So we'll just put that in the circular file. Okay, now that I'm a little bit warmed up, not really, just a little bit, kind of, not really. Okay. Oh, good. So, um, The fountain pen is $45 with shipping and handling. It was with shipping and handling. Oh, I put it in my credit card. That's why. Nope, wrong credit card. Ackerman Pen Company from California was $53.28. It was quite expensive. It came in this package. The inside was a user guide, how to fill it, parts of the pen. It's one of those folding things. Okay, there we go. But like this pen is so easy to clean out. Oh my gosh. That was it came in this tiny box that it looked like a 4-year-old made. But I'm not gonna judge. The pen works really good. Why am I grateful? Oh, there's something in here. Oh, it's just one of these. Wait, there's something in there. I didn't even notice. Anyway. Cool. It also came with a return shipping label just in case I decided that I didn't want it. Or not a return shipping label. The fuck do you call this thing? A receipt. Sorry. I had a very busy night last night. And by night, busy, I mean juice. Okay. So. Right. And it wrote straight out of the box. I didn't have to do anything funny to it. I did have to learn how to fill it because if you don't put the ink in the section, the pumping action doesn't really get it going. There's not like enough of unless you're like super quick, to get the pressure going. Okay, now I want to show you how to empty the pen because this is where it's at, okay? So you put the pen upside down, you push the little lever, and it's going to pump out some of the ink. Of course, you got to take the body off. And you'll see that there's little air bubbles that will travel up the side. Okay. And you'll push out a good amount of air bubbles. Okay, before you take it apart. Now, you can take it apart this way, but you're going to have the ink that was in the chamber come out and into the thing, and you're going to make a mess. So don't do that. Okay, just turn it upside down, push the little pumping action until you can't see any more ink. Okay, and just keep pushing it, keep pushing it. Just trust me, I made a whole mess yesterday all over my frickin' space with blue ink. It's not pretty. I would not advise it. Okay, and you'll see it going down in there, and as soon as you can't see anymore from your angle, then you can pull off, and you'll hear it go bloop, 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 and then you'll see a whole bunch of ink rush out. Okay? I would stick it back in there just to push whatever is in there out before moving it anywhere other than over the thing. Okay, then we're going to go over to the sink. Oh God, I don't know how I'm going to do this. So then we take the little penny pen over to the sink. Okay, hold on one second. Let me grab my squish-a-majig. Oh, it's great. Got everything everywhere now. Oops. Doo-da-doo. Can you see me now? Okay, I can't hear you, so I'm gonna try. I'm gonna assume that you can hear me and see me. Because if you can't, this is gonna be a crazy looking thing. Okay, so I think you can see. Now I'm working around a tripod, so just grin and bear it, okay? If you have a little rubber band, you'll need your little rubber band, and you can just pull the nib right out. No need to do anything crazy. Okay, just pull the nib out, toss it, wash it, toss it over to the side, pull the feed out. Give it a rinse. Shake it, make sure you don't see any excess ink. Feed's done. Okay. Run it from both sides for a little bit. Give the little pumping action a go. Boom. The section is done. And boom, your cartridge is done. How long did that take? Probably 30 seconds. Oh my God, Becky. Like that made all of the difference in the world. It takes me usually 5 good minutes to clean out a converter. I hate cleaning out converters because I would get the ink all up in the converter, and then I would have to take and fill this with water. I'd have to fill this with water, put the stopper on, push the ink through the cartridge, converter, make a mess all over. Make a mess all over. You can see I have a mess all over now. So, yeah, I don't think I'll ever go back. I'm going to get like 10 of these pens. They come with different feed systems. So they are super awesome. They do India ink, which is not a fountain pen friendly ink. They do acrylic ink, which is not a fountain pen friendly ink. The problem with that, though, is that you have to worry about cleaning it out right away as soon as you're done with it, because otherwise, and then to reassemble, everything is friction fit. The feed is friction fit. So you put your feed wherever you want it, and then just slide the nib in. and then the cartridge is not not twisty, but it's barely friction fit. So you want everything to be little friction fit in order to make it go. Anyway, so what did you think about that? So then you go back to your desk, flip you upside down, and oops, flip you upside down.